thing. Okay, so welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. High vibes only. I have no idea what's about to happen. I know that I pulled a bunch of random decks and then lined up 3 from each deck, except for 1 extra on one. So we're gonna discover this together. I haven't been doing videos that often, and now I've done 2 in one day. So let's just dive in. I want to see what this is about. A lot of inner child healing is going on in the collective right now. Whenever you're seeing this, this is timeless, but that is what I've been noticing. Maybe you're noticing that. Gates are open to everybody, but they're locked. You could be asked to look into some sacred sites, or maybe that's something you've been doing. I see a keyhole here too. So there's something, or maybe you're planning on visiting some sacred sites. Let's see. Oh, 36, breaking down to a 9. This is your 9. All right, we have the donkey right here. Nobody really wants to go near this donkey, and it is strutting its way down to the square, down to the center of the city. We'll read more about that card. But it's he's going there. They're going there to start a fire. Ooh. Okay, I see you also connecting with some water. Maybe you're speaking intentions into the water, but I see you getting some kind of deep insight. 38 could be significant, breaking down to an 11. 911, 911. Rainbows could be really significant. It's like you're getting some kind of... You see that pointing straight into the middle of his head. It's like your pineal gland, activating your pineal gland, connecting with nature. All right, let's move on. Ooh. Star climber. Interesting. Ladders could be significant. We have LK. The blue star of Sirius. Also dragons. Also, guys, use your own intuition. It's not always what I see. It's what you see. What is it saying to you? What part of you is it speaking to? And these are archetypes. Oh, wow. Okay. We have a blank. So this deck actually allows you to create 2 of your own. They leave them blank. Now, I've yet to do that because also there's not many inks that can go on this and stay without smearing. I kind of assign this as your own archetype. You. And this is lining up in the row of the donkey going to start a fire. Something you experienced, an archetype that was developed within yourself because of your own personal life experiences. Okay. Midwife. I've never seen this card, so I'm not completely sure. And the dreamer is behind it. Dreamer. Arrows. The ibis. Thoth. The moon phases as well. The dark moon. So shadow work. Ooh, okay. So connecting to nature is definitely going to help your shadow work, and also with dreams and insights that come in. I don't know about this midwife. We will have to find out more together. I do kind of feel like I am speaking a little loud over this. So, apologies. Sure. Okay. Dreamer. And we have the Page of Cups. Childlike wonder. Yeah. Inspiration. New inspiration. A fish in the air. Seeing, experiencing something almost unreal. 515. See that fish? It's in the air. It's not in the water. So it's like tapping into what you had access to as a child. Star climber. Yeah, something that was closed. Something that was closed but always open to you, to everyone. But it was closed. Okay. Ooh. We have the Six of Cups, which is like nostalgia. Okay, and that's paired up right next to the donkey and the blank archetype card. So there's something about familiarity, or again, the archetype that was developed and created at that time. Maybe you're being asked to set a fire and either let that burn up, or it needs to be spoken out and needs to be brought up. People need to know about it. Five of Swords. This is coming up down here. I will show, sorry. The Six of Cups. My son came out for a second. Flowers coming out of the mud. Again, a lot with the Page of Cups, chalices, and the Six. A lot of childlike. And even with the baby here on the midwife. Okay. So Five of Swords, something could have had you in your mind, stuck in your head. And it's like Ibis the dreamer. There's something at play that you're doing. There's new habits, new ways of being that you're adopting, like these new habits. And it's bringing in, even because it's when we disconnect, when we think we're not doing anything, that's when we get our downloads. Also keeping our place tidy and clean, making sure we are well taken care of, our hygiene. Those are times that we get these downloads, these insights, when we're, connecting to nature, connecting to ourselves and caring for ourselves. Ooh. Five of Swords. Being stuck in your head, or just mental defeat. It's like you went through a lot in your childhood, and it left a mark. Things that we aren't even completely aware of or remember. So maybe that's why this dreamer is here. Midwife. I need to read these cards. Luckily, they're very short. Let's finish flipping these other three. So this is from the numerology deck. Number 9. 97 could be significant. Crying, releasing, rhinoceros. Interesting. Birds, eggs, yolks, hard-boiled eggs. Literally. I see the egg, the cracked egg. Again, use your intuition. What is it saying to you? Come back and screenshot it or something. And again, we'll read these. Ooh, wow. 00. 900 could be significant. There's an atomic bomb right here. Caution needed. Ooh. This is falling underneath the blank card, the archetype that you might have just developed as a child, or something that's very nostalgic, or like a feeling of an explosion or an eruption, or are you the one starting the fire? Make sure you're not the one starting the fire. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Again, use your intuition. What are you seeing here? This is falling right beside Six of Cups, Six of Chalices. And then we have another 0 right below that. I see a snake. I see the Ouroboros. Again, 3 more caution signs. I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you're going somewhere really deep within yourself. You're tapping into some kind of core frequency that has been going on. Okay. Maybe you saw this as a child. I don't know. 10, 11. Progressive energy. Very interesting card. This looks like an octopus or an eye. Okay, let's get into this. So Star Climber, you could be climbing Jacob's ladder, going through different stages in your in the process of raising your consciousness. So you could be seeing references to blue stars or blue dragons or dragons in general. There is a lot of blue here. Star Climber. The Star Climber places a ladder against the night sky and begins his ascent to the heavens. His intention is... His intention is to reach beyond the mortal limits of gravity and explore the infinite possibilities of human consciousness. As he ascends, he looks down on everything below and is rewarded with an understanding of his purpose. Persona, he is climbing toward a particular star, a beacon in the heavens that is forever moving yet always fixed. So Polaris, the North Star, could be significant for somebody in the heavens that is forever moving yet always fixed. The further the Star Climber travels, the more alone he becomes. So the higher you raise your consciousness and understand yourself and what's going on in this reality, the truth, from source's eyes and higher dimensions, the more alone you are, basically. Yeah. More isolated. But for him, isolation is a small price to pay for the reward. Absolutely. Once aloft, the sense of replenishment and restoration are too profound to ignore. He has exchanged the mundane for a journey into the mystic, and he is content with his choice. Who are you? Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. You're ascending. You're raising your consciousness. You're like beating all these levels, and you're realizing that you get to play with reality and you get to have fun. Like the more you master yourself and your mind and you allow yourself to go into these locked doors, they look locked, but you have access. Everybody has access, but they do look locked. That is how it appears, but that's not the truth of reality. And even with this bird in this, it's reminding me of this dragon. You're taking flight in something. You're getting access to this childlike wonder. You're raising the archetypes that you're tapping into are very old and ancient. He is climbing toward a particular... Okay, wait. Yeah. To others, seen from the ground, it may appear that he is engaged in some metaphysical game of snakes and ladders, or is wallowing in New Age crystal gazing, or sun gazing. But the Star Climber's ascent is far from indulgent. His ambitions are far higher. He is seeking a form of spiritual astronomy, a means of looking into the heart of the cosmos in order to construct a list of questions that, if answered, would reveal the nature of his being. Write down your questions, guys, because once you have access to this portal, once you open it within yourself and you start perceiving the multiple dimensions, the interdimensional realities that coexist with us, that have always been there, but we were so filtered through traumas and false desires and a lot of misinformation. And it puts you in a state of innocence with this Page of Cups, chalices. I do want to read that. You're being shown, you're opening portals and access points within yourself because of the questions that you're asking yourself. And again, have those questions ready, because from personal experience, it's an awe. You're in awe. You're simply in awe. You're like, how is this taking place? How is this possible? How is this fish in the air? And that is the type of experience that you're going to have, or that you experienced already. I don't know where this is for you. Again, this is line 1, and then we have 2, and then we have 3. This is so amazing. Yeah, it's like you're getting a visit from someone, because I'm seeing it in 3 of these cards, and it's a place that not many people get access to, because again, the doors are locked, but everybody has access to it. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I do wish I had an overhead camera because this is the first card. And it talks about, and it looks like a keyhole. It really does. And it's like looking at the stars. This is the key. Looking at your own energies, learning your own chart, asking yourself the right questions, and having questions ready for when you have access to this divine information, this unified field. What is it you want to know about who you are and what you're here to do? Because when you enter that state, you're in just complete awe. Like, is this really happening? And it's a beautiful experience. I'm going to read this card number 9 because I want to see how this all ties in together, because it always does. It always does. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. The resolution. There's some kind of resolution. Oh. Okay. I see 2 black cats in due time. Cute. Eggs hatching. Yeah, there's eggs hatching. Unexpected outcomes. And remember, the seed has to go into the egg and then the process of it hatching and coming about. Unexpected outcomes. Don't cry because it didn't happen. Cry for the things that did. Ooh. Here you are at the end. It might not be what you expected, but it's an ending all the same. Look at things differently. Adapt to the outcome. Oh, adapting. Okay. So there is an outcome that you asked for, and I feel like for some, you're going to love it way more. It's not what you expected. It is not what you asked for. It's not what you expected, but it is what you asked for, but not in the way that you thought you were asking for it. But it's magical. And it might seem a little confusing. I'll put this up here so you guys can intuitively screenshot it, zoom in, whatever you want to do. Because there's always a message, and it's so great and awesome to discover it yourself. Because it's like the universe is like, it's just so magical. It's like source, God, the magical beings just all around us are speaking to you through things and all. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's move on to the second row. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. 36. So we're going to read this card right here. Yeah. Pages on this is a little difficult, but we'll get through it. The Bazaar. This card is named The Bazaar. A golden-headed ass marches through the bazaar. The crowd falls back, nervous that he will brush against them with his robe and turn them impotent. He is headed for the square, passing under the many banners. He's indifferent to the protestations of all sects and tribes. Indifferent. His only intent is to start a great bonfire of the vanities in the temple's courtyard. Determination. So this is like people ignoring you. This is, to me, is like the black sheep as well, but the indifference to the protestation. So you're realizing that if you buy in and you feed and you let your emotions get riled up about protesting and things that this person's saying and this community is saying, and that anything that you are resistant to, you are feeding the energy. You're giving it the opposite power that you're intending, is my point. Yeah, I see you wanting to just light something up. It's like you're going to get access to some kind of information or something. And it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, okay. So with this blank, you're just like, who am I going to be in order to deliver this message? To stay in my energy, know exactly who I am, because I know I am fertile. I'm not impotent. These people are perceiving me in a way that I'm not. And I'm very determined to not prove your point. It's like you're very determined to be you, the true version of you, and what you're being shown and offered from the divine. I'm not going to be able to understand that until I understand that card. So Oh, Spirit just said it is yet to be determined. How are you going to play this out? How are you going to deliver this? What are you going to create? What archetype are you going to step into for yourself, because this is a play, this is theater. Learning your energies, understanding yourself, tapping into this childlike wonder, and knowing that there is a resolution. It's not going to look exactly how you asked for it, and something that you asked for is going to come in another form, but it's exactly what you asked for. That's for someone. All right, the Six of Chalices. You're very protected during this whole thing. I need to find out what the 0 is. 0, 0. There's 2 zeros actually. So, where's this atomic bomb? Whoa. Blow it up. I mean, the card. See this? Hold on. The Fool. And I just put that face down. That was weird. Wipe the slate clean. The flu. Oh my gosh. Wipe the slate clean. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me show you guys this. So that you can get a general... I'm telling you, I really need to get an overhead so you guys can see these cards because it's blowing my mind. And this says blow it up. And this is on the row for the donkey. You know, this golden-headed ass that nobody wants to touch, nobody wants to acknowledge, and they're all fighting, they all have their little squabbles, and it's like, you know how things work. And it's like, how are you going to do this? How are you going to wipe the slate clean? Sorry. I'm getting really excited. Okay. I know. I would like to have, like, my face and the cards. That would, yeah, we'll get there. So, let me finish. We have 2 books. It might be a rough start or finish, but you'll land on your feet. Yesterday, boom, explosions, a fresh start. The Fool, yeah, the Fool is a fresh start. You're protected. Or this can also be somebody just leaving a whole entire situation. Like, I'm done with this. I don't want to be a part of any of your guys' squabbles, the protesting and what you have to do. Like, it's knowing your purpose, knowing yourself. This is so amazing, Spirit. Oh my gosh. I didn't know how this is going to come together, but I was like, whatever. I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm done getting stuck in my head. Maybe you've been getting stuck in your head. Again, 5 of Swords. Okay. Next row, Spirit's saying. Let me show you guys this, though. It literally says, wipe the slate clean. The Fool. You're protected during this time. Wipe the slate clean. Oh. This is getting me, like, this is awesome. Whoever you are, like, congratulations. The Still Lake. All right. He has come to this quiet place to avoid distraction, hoping that the lake and glade will absorb the city's static that has long clung to his bones. He waits for an insight, a bolt from the blue, a piercing thought, and when it comes, fired by mathematical muse, all he can do is open himself to her whim, vulnerability. And I love how that is right underneath the bazaar, the city, like the very busy streets, and nobody wants to touch him. And it's like, maybe you're being asked to really ponder and get away from the city and get away from those energies so that you can get this insight, so that this blank slate can come to you in a form that is really resonant with you and your energies. Leo, not right now. Thank you. So let's move on to the midwife and this dreamer, because I want to see how these correlate with this. I will be done very soon. I know. Leo, you're going to have to wait, baby. You're going to have to wait. Okay. Midwife. So the midwife, the midwife draws from a deep font of feminine knowledge. She is a facilitator, the mother to your muse, Ooh, and these are two completely different decks, guys. And this was just talking about the muse. Mother to your muse. You're tapping into divine feminine energy, mother energy. Healing your mother wound is giving you access, or you already did this, and so you already have access to this, but it's developed more and more. The mother is your muse, an advisor to your craft. She will help you develop the lucidity of your language, give rhythm to your music, and breathe vibrancy into your paintings. With her guidance, your works will be filled with vitality, but without her, your attempts at creation will be as dead as clay golems. Persona. With supple fingers and a firm grip on practicality, she tends us, offering experience and insight. The midwife blows gently on the sparks of our ideas, encouraging us to carry concept to fruition. She welcomes our births and our struggle to breathe. She feeds our never-ending hunger for truth, and she wraps us in the consolation when our finest dreams collapse. Ooh, dreams collapse, and we have Dreamer that was hidden behind it. It was the only one that ended up 2 came out for it. Okay. Tapping into this archetype of the midwife or just divine feminine energy is going to help somebody a lot with this insight, with their purpose and moving forward. Her knife cuts the umbilical cord that sets in motion our coil-sprung carbon and calcium hearts. She has helped launch a million creations. She has fed the hungry artists and held the hand of the mothers and fathers. The midwife brings an old knowledge to the table. Her wisdom travels back through all history, and her gift is one of understanding. She will help you separate cliche from originality, significance from sentiment, and passion from hedonism. I don't know what that means. She is the good mother, wise and calm in times of danger. She carries in her chest the seeds of beauty, vitality, and life. Ooh, yeah. Divine Mother, call in the divine feminine energy within yourself. Tap into it. You have access to it, especially with all this children energy or childlike innocence, or opening up this portal within you and healing that inner child. Let's read this Dreamer. Yeah, so it might be a lot. It might be a lot of pressure on you with the 5 of Swords here. Coming into this information, it feeling like an atomic bomb, but that is going off inside of you because you're reinventing yourself. You're leveling up. You're going up this ladder, Jacob's ladder. I'm telling you, whoever you are elevating. Be patient and loving with yourself and show compassion to yourself, because we have to overflow our cups, overflow, and really, really focus on ourselves. That is how we heal the world, is by healing ourselves and focusing on what it is that we need and we want, because a lot of us, you probably were a people pleaser or wanted people to like you, so you did things that weren't actually beneficial for you. And it's been a long road to get to this point. So the dreamer brings renewed hope, and the dream he weaves will act as a source of regeneration. He helps you translate your abstract thoughts from image to language and back again. He reminds you that life has alternating phases, and that the sun and the moon take turns in lighting the way. By day, you strive with practical purpose, but at night, you live through the lens of an intuitive kaleidoscope. That's so cool. Unlike the somnambulist, sheep of the dead, the dreamer is fully awake and brimming with vitality. Again, there's that vitality. You have so much vitality. Each day he gathers information, and each night he passes on his discoveries to the collective conscious. So yeah, the more that you learn and the more that you heal, you're putting it into the unified field. You're giving others access to what you have went through, whether they understand it or you understand it that way or not. That is what's happening. In return for his efforts, he is fed with fresh insight. His energy is renewed. His rested muscles are rejuvenated, and his tired brain is resharpened. He is imagination, vision, and inspiration. Like Hermes and Thoth, his thirst for knowledge is unquenchable. The dreamer lets loose his flights of fancy, watching as they are the heavens far above the satanic mills that imprison his days. He shouts to the heavens, "Bring me my bow of burning gold. Bring me my arrows of desire. Bring me my spear, O clouds unfold. Bring me my chariot of fire." So something about bows and arrows, definitely a spear, a chariot. So moving forward, Cancer energy, that is the moon energy, mother energy, midwife, the very motherly touch. But even with these two coming up, and this one coming up behind it, it's like you have access to this divine mother, divine father, energy and insight and information. So get your questions together. What is it that you need to understand about yourself? What is it that you need at this time? Ask for it. You have access to it at this time, but you have to believe that it's yours, and it will be. That is half, like, believing that you can even have these things, or that you deserve them and are worthy of them. That's half of it. That's 50%. And then doing a little bit more. So spirit and giving trust and patience and divine timing, allowing that to go into play. But lately things have been manifesting pretty quickly, I've noticed. So, yeah, but there is still that little delay. Yeah, a lot of information that can have you stuck in your head. So connecting to nature, allowing the insight, allowing yourself to ask the right questions and be like, what is necessary for me at this time? A lot, having that thirst and just knowing that there's just so much more, and we have all of these abilities and these capabilities and unlimited possibilities if we can just get into the mind state of, one, we deserve it and we're worthy, and two, believing that it can actually be possible, and start filling it with every sense that you can, all the 5 senses. What would it be like? What does it taste like, smell like, feel like, hear, sound like? The more senses you can create and visualize for something that you want, it superpowers it. It enhances it. Or maybe you don't want anything, so just kind of disconnecting and going into the void and being like, I trust you guys. You can see more than I'm able to see, so I give faith and trust over to the gods that are within you, because it's the archetype. It's the archetypes that you have access to every being that's ever lived, and giving gratitude and thanks and okay, we're going let me just stop. I'm rambling. Okay, so there's one more 0. Yeah, right here. Randomness. It already happened. It already happened. It's like the Hanged Man. New perspective. Yes. A new perspective. Guys, this is going down at the bottom of... So there is a new perspective that could possibly have you stuck in your mind, in your head, overthinking, or feeling like you've been defeated and no, you haven't, or that you have... Hold on one second. The 2-headed snake represents absolute chaos. There is no end or beginning, and time slips away. A bunch of nothing, still nothing. That's that void energy. I feel like somebody is just like letting go and is like, show me. Fill me with your knowledge. I trust you. Let me just empty and let the wind blow through my pineal gland. Connect to this water. Speak to it. Talk to the rocks, to the snow, to the elements. And I even see like this gust of wind here, because this is sword energy, and allowing that element to just blow through you. Everything has already happened. So entering the void energy, this new perspective energy, can be a lot. But allow it to take root. Let's oh yeah, I didn't even pull these. So this will be our elaboration on this. Let's get 3. Let's get 3, Spirit, to go with this read. Please and thank you. 3439. Integration. Wow. More beaks, more birds, more things of flight. Oh, the Ouroboros as well. Rainbow. Rainbow energy. The sun and the moon. You guys. Wait a minute. So this is this the moon? This is 14. Integration, that would be temperance, wouldn't it? I also see like a diamond jewel or something. Temperance, you're the earth angel. This is falling underneath the very first row. With the childlike wonder, you know, like in awe, like, is this really happening? Yes. You've healed something within you. You're opening portals. You're getting access to things that not many people have access to. 35. Oh, Spirit, you're just so good to us. Why are you so good to us? Why do you love us so much? It's been a challenging road. We know that. My crown is starting to tingle. What wants to go with the Six of Cups row, with this clean slate, which is also here with the blank card. Ooh, 2 came out. Success and courage. It's gonna take a lot of courage to do this. The flower coming out of the concrete. You could be seeing references to plants growing out of the concrete or rocks. It has been a battle. It's not, the sprout had to make its way all the way through this. It's like, and people don't see that struggle. People don't see how it is that you're going to be getting to the success or how you have gotten to the success. It's like, they didn't see all the in between. I'm also getting that you will have success. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that pop up, you know, as you're trying to rise up into the success. But you're wiping some kind of slate clean. 86 could be significant. We have 36, 86. Yeah, 6. 0. A lot of like new beginning energy. Taking a leap of faith. Trusting your guides, trusting spirit. Allowing this flight, this divine scavenger hunt to take place. I'm getting chills everywhere. I love this. I love this. Receptivity at the bottom of the deck. Now my butt is tingling. That is that, like, oh my gosh. It's gonna take courage to walk away or let something just collapse. Just let it go. Let it go. You're very, very protected during this time, guys. Postponement. Spirit wants you to get your mind right before you move forward. This is a lot of information and a lot of downloads. You have not done anything wrong. It is going to take time for things to crystallize. Everything that you have come into contact with the knowledge, it needs to be put into practice so that it can become this wisdom with Thoth. Having a full understanding of something so you don't feel stuck in your head. I feel like we need to read that. Receptivity is still at the bottom. There's a postponement to receptivity. Wait a minute. You see, because he's like looking through this window and everything's in color, a lot more vivid. There's receptivity. And yeah, okay, let's pull a tarot on that. And I want to read that really quick. And that's swords, right? The mind. Okay, the woman, it's a woman. The woman in this picture is living in a gray landscape full of unreal cutout clouds. Though the window frame, she can see colors and light and aliveness. And although she would like to move through the frame, as we can see by the rainbow colors appearing in her garment, again, rainbows, more rainbows, guys, she can't quite manage to do it. There's still too much what if activity in her mind. Ooh, that's that 5 of Swords, guys. What if this? What if that? You got to get out of that mind state. Maybe that's why you're being asked to connect to both sides of you, your right and left hemisphere, allowing this receptivity, but also emptying yourself out. Be still. Go by water. Connect to nature. Just kind of disconnect. So tomorrow, she can't quite manage to do it. There's still too much what-if activity in her mind. Tomorrow never comes, they say, but no matter how often it is said, it seems that most of us tend to forget the truth of it. In fact, the one and only result of postponing things is a dull and depressing feeling of incompletion and stuckness today. The relief and expansiveness you will feel once you put aside all the dithering thoughts that are preventing you from acting now will make you wonder why you ever waited so long. Yes! Blank slate. Let it blow up, guys. Why are you waiting so long? Let it go. You know it needs to be let go of. Or it needs to change. Whatever it is for you. Postponement is simply stupid. Tomorrow, you will also have to decide, so why not today? Quit putting it off, guys. What do you think that tomorrow you will be wiser than today? Well, kind of, yeah. Do you think that tomorrow you will be livelier than today? Do you think that tomorrow you will be younger than today? Fresher than today? Tomorrow you will be older. Your courage will be less. Tomorrow you will be more experienced, more cunning. Your cunningness will be more. Tomorrow death will come closer. You will start wavering and being more afraid. Never postpone for your tomorrow, and who knows? Tomorrow may come or not come. If you have decided, you have to decide right now. Dr. Vogel, the dentist, finished his examination on a pretty young patient, Miss Bessman. He asked, "I'm afraid I'm going to have to pull out your wisdom teeth." "Oh my," exclaimed the girl. "I'd rather have a baby." "Well," said Mr. Vogel, "could you make up your mind so that I can adjust the chair?" Make up your mind. Don't go on postponing the inevitable. Make up your mind. Don't go on postponing the infinitely. Oh, don't go on postponing infinitely. So there's something that you've been stuck in your head about. You have a lot going on. Yeah, you have a whole lot going on. But something needs to be acted upon. I do want to pull that, actually. That's the wrong book. Where is it? See, this book is kind of like... There it is. It doesn't have like a title, so it just looks like a notebook. I do. You're right. Two-headed snake. Man, that reminds me of like the staff of Hermes, and this is, Thoth and Hermes. Don't be stuck in your head too much. Oh, and then I wrote this on me earlier with Mercury, the sign of Mercury, Thoth, the messenger. You might have gotten a lot of insight, and it might be overwhelming you. It's time to move forward, because this Five of Swords and this postponement is keeping you blocked from something. Take the next step. Take the next step. I do want to read that integration. Oh my god, this reading is... I'm getting hungry. I don't know. This is weird. Okay, let's pull one more tarot, and I'm going to get off here. I'm sorry, guys. That was like crazy. Maybe somebody actually is pregnant. Or you're pregnant with an idea and that's going to take fuel. Let's get something for this Five of Swords and this postponement. You're doing amazing, though. Don't think you're not. But there is something that is overdoing it. Something needs to be walked away from. It's the Eight of Cups. Eight of Chalices. Walking away from an old way of being is what I just heard. You can't take it with you. You're gonna love this new adventure, though. Page of Wands, Knight of Chalices, and the World. You're gonna love it. You are gonna absolutely love it. I'm not taking those, but that was a side note for somebody. The fear is not like, face it. Why are you afraid of it? What is the worst that can possibly happen? Talk it out. Go over it. Otherwise, it's just gonna hold you back. Yeah. I mean, you've been shown that you can be great. The Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands. It's like you have so many different archetypes and energies within you that you've mastered that you can just call upon. But there's something that wants to be worked on. So maybe walking away. What do they need to walk away from? What do they need to walk away from? Tell me. Tell me. King of Swords. Quit being so analytical. Quit having to know to explain everything. And maybe your boundaries are way too intense. I don't know. Like you're not letting anybody leave. Oh, yeah. Okay. Don't be too set in your ways. Not everybody's going to see things the way you are. You have to have love and compassion, nurturing this midwife, like holding people's hands, holding your own hand through this information, through this knowledge and what you're being shown. And don't let it overwhelm you. And remember that everything is a pendulum, things swing back and forth. All right, guys, my son is right there. Yeah, here's the Hanged Man. And that's what we said this was a reference to, is kind of like this new perspective, getting out of your head and allowing something to come in its place so that you're not stuck. I know there was like one more. Oh, that's right. Let me read this card and then I will close out. We're going to do integration. And that was 14, right? Okay. So the image of integration is the Uno Mystica, the fusion of opposites. This is a time of communication between the previously experienced dualities of life. Rather than night opposing day, dark suppressing light, they work together to create a unified whole, turning endlessly one into the other, each containing in its deepest core the seed of the opposite. Ooh, and there's that seed, and earlier we said things are hatching, and that's in that same pile. This egg is hatching. You became one. You became unified, whole. The seed went into the egg, and now it's hatching. This is so cool. Okay, so in containing, they work together to create a unified whole, turning endlessly into one another, each containing in its deepest core the seed of the opposite. The eagle and the swan are both beings of flight and majesty. The eagle is the embodiment of power and aloneness. The swan is the embodiment of space and purity. Gently floating and diving upon and within the elements of the emotions. Entirely content and complete within her perfection and beauty. We are the union of the eagle and the swan, male and female, fire and water, life and death. Absolutely. The card of integration is the symbol of self-creation, new life, and mystical union, otherwise known as alchemy. And what did we say? There's the this is the temperance card. But that's how you're getting access to this locked temple, this ancient site, this ancient knowledge, this wisdom that they hold. Thoth, the midwife, these archetypes, two becoming one. That's why they came out together, because you have integrated these two parts of yourself, which is fused together and created a third. One and one coming together, making a third form. So the conflict is the man. Unless it is resolved there, it cannot be resolved anywhere else. The politics is within you. It is between the two parts of the mind. A very small bridge exists. If that bridge is broken through some accident, through some psychological defect or something else, the person becomes split. The person becomes two persons, and phenomenon of schizophrenia or split personality happens. Ooh. Yeah, okay. If the bridge is broken and the bridge is very fragile, then you become two. You become like two persons. In the morning, you are very loving, very beautiful. In the evening, you are very angry. Absolutely different. You don't remember your morning. How can you remember? Another mind was functioning, and the person becomes two personas. If this bridge is strengthened so much that the two minds disappear as two and become one, then integration, then crystallization arises. What George used to call the crystallization of being is nothing but these two minds becoming one. The meeting of the male and the female within, the meeting of yin and yang, the meeting of the left and the right, the meeting of logic and illogic, the meeting of Plato and Aristotle. Dang. All right, guys. So deep philosophers there. Osho is also a great, more modern philosopher who has, has his own take on things, and also believes, and I just found out about him, that we shouldn't be buying into doctrines or dogma, religions. And I know that we all want a place, but sometimes we're going to be alone. If we're going to rise this high, we have to go through that alone time so that we can fully get into our purpose, fully be integrated and crystallize all of this energy within us, so that the future relationships that we do step into are the ones that we're actually calling in and we want to be a part of. So whoever you are, keep going. this is beautiful. This is great. You're doing all the right work. We do have to find a way to get out of our mind and disconnect from the logical, the over logical, and being, yeah, and just let it go. Give it to spirit. You have this clean slate that is waiting for you, and I'm excited to hear about it. So I love you. Universe loves you, and everything's working out for your best and your highest good. Until next time, guys. Bye.